The human brain is extraordinarily complex. It is responsible for regulating our physiological and autonomic functions. Our thinking and communication skills, emotions and memories are all housed in its intricate and delicate neural networks. It makes us who we are. But what happens when the brain stops functioning properly? How do brain damage and disease impair and affect our cognition, behavior, and overall quality of life? My name is Caroline Luschowski, and I have spent the past 8 months learning the answers to these questions in my experiences as a student at the Neuropsychology Department at University Hospital. Neuropsychologists investigate the relationship between neuroscience and psychology. They use various measures to gain a comprehensive view of the mental and cognitive processes of their patients, including verbal comprehension, perceptual reasoning, working memory, and processing speed. The results of these tests and recommendations help to inform other healthcare professionals about how the patient's brain is functioning and helps shape their medical and surgical options. Over the course of the year, I have worked with many members of the department, including my supervisors, clinical neuropsychologists, Doctors Gloria Grace, Michael Harnedek, and Ashley Miles. I've also worked with psychometrists, residents, and graduate students. I was able to learn from their different perspectives and gain a broad exposure to primarily outpatients of different ages, ranging from their late teens to late 80s, all with different diagnoses and progressions. My first semester was spent learning the process of the neuropsychological assessment. I found it most beneficial to observe the neuropsych assessment from start to finish, including the interview, the testing, and the feedback session. I learned that while each stage requires professional conduct, the feedback stage can be difficult and requires the most sensitivity. Through making behavioral observations during the assessments, I learned the important skill of emotional intelligence. I became more sensitive to its importance in the patient-practitioner relationship and in the field in general. Additionally, I became better able to recognize symptoms common of different disorders and diseases. These observations helped to prepare me for one of the highlights of my placement experience, learning to administrate the Montreal Cognitive Assessment, a screening tool, and the more comprehensive assessment, the Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale. It was very exciting for me to work one-on-one with patients, as it gave me the opportunity to spend more time interacting and connecting with the patient, and I learned how important it is to build strong rapport while administering. Another highlight of my placement experience was being able to observe a WADA procedure, a rare opportunity explained in the following video.
In this test, in which the patient feels little discomfort, June Wada of the University of British Columbia first injects a dye opaque to X-rays into the artery supplying blood to the left hemisphere. This shows the route an anesthetic will follow when it is injected during the test. A similar series of X-rays, seen from above, shows how the dye, and hence the anesthetic, will flow only into the left hemisphere. It is vital the surgeon confirm where speech is located in each patient so that an intended operation to alleviate epilepsy can be safely performed. The test also shows that the left hemisphere controls the right hand.
Start reading. Now I'd like you to count slow and loud to 10 and back to 1.
1,
Don't stop counting.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The left hand remains upright, controlled by the still conscious right hemisphere.
Carry on.
Okay. Carry on counting for us.
Speech gradually returns as the anesthetic clears the left hemisphere.
1,
I've had quite the informative and rewarding experience this past year, participating in many different clinical activities and gaining a deeper insight into the role of the clinical neuropsychologist. My experiences at the hospital have encouraged me to pursue further volunteer and educational opportunities in the field, and I'd like to thank my supervisors for making this experience possible.